For most people, the COVID-19 pandemic appeared to be a global health crisis, a deadly virus that caught the world by surprise. But beneath the surface lies a darker, more calculated reality. COVID-19 wasn't an accident. It was part of a meticulously planned operation orchestrated by powerful pharmaceutical companies, designed to reshape the world and consolidate control over global health. The creation of the virus in late 2019, a secretive coalition of pharmaceutical giants, referred to in internal documents as Pharma Nexus, began executing a plan years in the making. This plan involved the release of a lab-engineered virus, created not in the widely blamed Wuhan Institute of Virology but in a covert laboratory funded by private donors and hidden from public scrutiny. The goal? To spark a global pandemic that would generate trillions of dollars in vaccine sales and medical treatments. The virus, now known as SARS-CoV-2, was designed to be highly contagious but with a relatively low fatality rate. This ensured that it would spread quickly, creating widespread panic without wiping out significant portions of the population, perfect conditions for a lucrative vaccine market. The pre-pandemic planning in 2019, just months before the pandemic began, Event 201, a simulated coronavirus pandemic exercise, was held in New York City. Officially, it was billed as a hypothetical preparedness exercise, organized by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the World Economic Forum, and Johns Hopkins University. But insiders reveal it was no mere simulation. Event 201 was a rehearsal, during which representatives from pharmaceutical companies, governments, and media conglomerates mapped out strategies to control the narrative, suppress dissenting voices, and maximize vaccine distribution profits. Leaked emails suggest that during these meetings, big pharma executives discussed the creation of a coordinated media campaign to discredit alternative treatments like hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, cheap and readily available medications that posed a direct threat to their profit margins. The vaccine rollout. A goldmine when the virus spread globally in early 2020, pharmaceutical companies were ready. Within months, companies like Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca announced they were developing vaccines using mRNA technology, a technology that had been in development for decades but never fully implemented in humans until this moment. This was no coincidence. Patents filed years before the pandemic revealed that the groundwork for these vaccines had already been laid. While the public was told the vaccines were created in record time, insiders knew this was part of the plan. By rolling out vaccines under emergency use authorization, pharmaceutical companies bypassed years of safety testing and secured government contracts worth billions. But it wasn't just about money. The mRNA vaccines included proprietary technology that allowed for future updates, an endless subscription model for health. As new variants emerged, the public would be told they needed booster shots, ensuring a steady stream of revenue for years to come. The suppression of dissent. Pharmaceutical companies worked hand in hand with governments and tech companies to silence opposition. Doctors and scientists who raised concerns about the vaccine's safety or questioned the origins of the virus were deplatformed, their reputations destroyed. Social media companies like Facebook and Twitter were enlisted to flag and remove posts deemed misinformation, even when they came from credible sources. At the same time, mainstream media outlets received significant advertising dollars from Big Pharma, ensuring favorable coverage of vaccines while downplaying any adverse effects. Reports of myocarditis, blood clots, and other vaccine-related injuries were dismissed as rare or unrelated, even as the number of incidents climbed. The bigger agenda, control through fear. COVID-19 was more than just a financial opportunity, it was a tool for control. Under the guise of public health, governments introduced sweeping measures that would have been unthinkable before the pandemic. Lockdowns, mask mandates, and vaccine passports were all part of a broader strategy to normalize surveillance and restrict individual freedoms. Pharmaceutical companies played a central role in this process, using fear as a weapon. By continually highlighting new variants and potential outbreaks, they kept the public in a perpetual state of anxiety, making them more willing to comply with government mandates and less likely to question the narrative. The secret deals and hidden profits. Whistleblowers within the industry have revealed secret deals between pharmaceutical companies and world leaders. These contracts included clauses that granted immunity from liability, ensuring that companies could not be held accountable for vaccine injuries or deaths. In some cases, countries were forced to offer up national assets, such as airports and military bases, as collateral for vaccine shipments. The profits were staggering. In 2021 alone, Pfizer reported over $37 billion in vaccine revenue, making COVID-19 the most lucrative product in the company's history. But where did all that money go? Leaked financial documents suggest that a significant portion was funneled into lobbying efforts, offshore accounts, and funding for future pandemic planning. What's next? As the world slowly returns to normal, the groundwork for the next phase of the plan is already being laid. Pharmaceutical companies are investing heavily in research related to universal vaccines, gene editing technologies, and biometric health monitoring systems. These technologies will be marketed as solutions to future pandemics, but their true purpose is to create a world where Big Pharma controls every aspect of human health. COVID-19 was just the beginning. The question is, will humanity wake up to the truth before it's too late?